goodness. Let me set that down for a minute. Welcome back to another episode here on Hall Family Farms. So glad you could join us. We have lots of things we're doing. Again, this is the 4th of July weekend, and I'm really anxious to see how this particular project turned out. This is our new potato project that we started way back in, I think, February. And we potted it up, put I think there were 3 little small new potatoes we put in a small container. And when the plant started to outgrow that small container, we transplanted it or repotted it into a larger container, and then when it outgrew that container, we moved it into this large container. And so it has pretty much ended its cycle here. So I'm anxious to see, are we going to have 3 little spud new potatoes that we started out with back in February, or are we going to have a whole container full? Let's check it out. I'm going to put it on pause. I'm going to find some plastic, and we're going to dump this out and see what happens. So exciting! Yeah! Okay, hopefully you can see this. So we're going to start with removing our trellis. And we do have one that's still kind of green, but I think we're going to go ahead and try to harvest this even though it's still green. So let's see. All right, drum roll. Are we going to see lots of potatoes or just the 3 we started out with back in February? Let's take a look. I'm going to see if we can dump it out. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Let me see if I can get you a closer look here. Holy cow. I'm going to get a picture with my phone here. This is pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can bring it in a little closer. Oh, check it out. Check it out. Holy cow. We started with 3, and we're going to count and see how many we wound up with. So let me set the camera down here and get it repositioned. Okay, let's take a better examination of this. Zoom out here just a smidge. Wow, I must say I am really impressed. And again, we used mulch as our growing medium. All right, so we've got 1. We'll set that back in the bucket for now. 2, 3, 4. Whoa, those are the little ones. Those are good. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's dig in here. See what else we got here. All right, got 8 so far. All right. Oh, 9. Oh, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and that was the live plant, 28, 29, 'Alright, I don't think we missed any. So, we started with 3 and we wound up with 29. I would say that's a pretty good profit. If those were stocks, we would be rolling in it. That's crazy. That's almost tenfold, right? So if we started with 3, we wound up with 29, it's just one shy of 30, so it's almost multiplied by 10. That is just amazing. So the message here is that even if you have just a patio on a balcony in an apartment complex and you like potatoes or love potatoes like I do and my family does, you can grow potatoes just with a container. You just need a big container and some mulch. You don't even really need potting soil. That's pretty good. And if you had multiple ones, can you imagine if I had planted up a whole bunch of these containers? You know what? That gives me an idea. Since we have completed this project and it was such a success, I think I have some Kennebec potatoes I can put in here that I think are still viable. So let me go get those and we'll just put this stuff back in. I'm going to set these potatoes out here. We're going to wash and dry them. That is just too cool. Too cool. What a harvest. All right. Okay, I went into my garage again because I've been working. I just did not have time, as you can see. I'm thinking that they're still viable. They're awful wrinkly, but they do have their sprouts. These are the Kennebec potatoes that we ordered. It's a white potato. It's very disease resistant. And we actually planted 2 pounds of these. Let me see if I can pan over here. Let me see. There you go. Hey there. If you see here in my strawberry, at the end of the strawberry patch right here, you can see, let me see if I can point, yeah, right there. There are 2 rows of Kennebec potatoes planted traditionally in the soil, and I've put mulch around them. So, and they've been flowering now for a couple weeks, I guess. And then I also, let me see if I can take you on a little tour. So that's what they look like in the ground. They've been doing quite well. And then over here, again, we wanted to try the container with the Kennebec. Haven't harvested these yet, but that's those. And then we had our russet potatoes that you saw in that earlier video. They didn't take off initially, then they took off like gangbusters. Then we had an infestation of aphids that ate all of the leaves. So they are trying to bounce back. So I'm going to let them grow and see if they will put out some more green growth. So let's go back over here. We're going to hose off our little new potatoes. I'm just so thrilled with that project. Let me plant our... See if I can get you a little closer here. So we're gonna take the garden hose and wash those off, and then we're gonna let them dry in the sun. So that's the idea. Our garden hose has been heating up here, so I'm gonna run it a little bit, get the hot water out. So we don't cook our new potatoes. Whew, pretty hot. Starting to cool off. Oh, look at that. That's just beautiful. You know what? I don't think I'm going to put those in direct sun. I don't want them to get sunburnt. I think we'll have some of these for dinner. Those are some nice looking potatoes. Let me move the camera over here so you can see it better. Alright. Look at that. Those are just beautiful. And some of them are quite large, actually. Look at that. Actually, we would have been over 30. If you remember when we potted them up into that large container, I think there were like at least three that fell out that were maybe the size of these two little fellows. If we'd let those grow, we would have been over 10%, over a multiplier of 10. That is just, well, it's like gold, really. If you like potatoes, that is just a nice harvest of potatoes. Let me get these two out of here. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, let's see if we can plant some of these Kennebecks. All right, it's July 3rd. We've got our first harvest of potatoes from our large container with our wood chip bark mulch. And we started with 3, like I said, came out with 29, minus the 3 that fell out during the repotting episode that we did. So ultimately I finished up with 32. So multiplied my harvest by tenfold. So anyway, let's get this pot back to use. So I've got some Kennebecs here, and let's see, we'll get some of this mulch back in here. So we've got about maybe 4 inches of our mulch back in the pot here, and I've got some loose Kennebecs here that have multiple sprouts. I think this time I've got 5 loose ones here. So we started out with 3 of the new potatoes. I'm going to do 5 of these. I'm going to put 4 of one in the middle. Alright, and then we're going to lightly cover it. So I don't know if you can see that. I just covered that one up. Alright, there it is. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to cover them now, just lightly, so that those sprouts can start popping through and growing leaves. And then we'll come back and we'll add some more mulch to it. We'll water them in real good. Okay, so we've got it covered. We'll kind of leave that right there for now. Move this off the plastic. Probably heated up again. Give these guys a good drink. Get them wet really good. Get my hands off here. Okay, so in this experiment with the Kennebecs, we start with 5, and we're going to see, does the tenfold, does that work out? Will we wind up with 50 potatoes when this is done? We'll see. Stay tuned.